Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm a graduate student at Oregon State University working towards becoming an expert in oceanography. Outside of school, I live to bake, run the trails in Corvallis, and spend time outside with my friends. I study marine chemistry along the Oregon coast, specifically the movement of carbon between the ocean and the atmosphere. I want to help figure out how we can protect the planet against climate change. For my work, I measure different types of carbon gases, like carbon dioxide, methane, and carbon monoxide, in both the atmosphere and the ocean. It can be pretty complicated. To collect data in real time while the vessel is sailing, I use a machine called the Apollo PCO2 underway system. Carbon dioxide actually can't be measured in water directly, so this system will mix seawater with the air until the gases are equal in both, and then measure the pressure of that gas in the air using a laser. A final value for the partial pressure of carbon dioxide, called PCO2, is calculated using a series of math equations that factor in temperature and other variables. This way, we can actually calculate the actual value of PCO2 in the seawater before it was mixed with the water. The machine does all this math for me. I can watch the PCO2 measurements and other data being recorded from any computer on the ship or from shore. The data streams to an online database called Coriolis. The information from each measurement is stored in a spreadsheet. Columns are labeled for different measured variables or parameters, like PCO2, temperature of the seawater, and pressure of the air. Each row represents a new point in time when the data was collected. This is a lot of information, so I break it into pieces to analyze. I can save a smaller set or a subset of the spreadsheet. I download it as a generic type of file called a CSV, or comma-separated values file. This just means that all the data is saved as a string of information separated by commas. This type of file can be uploaded and read by many different programs to make plots and run tests. By looking for patterns and trends in the data, I am hoping to learn more about carbon cycling in coastal systems, both how this cycle has changed over time and how it may change in the future. A lot of people think you need to be super smart or really good at science to be a scientist, but there is so much more to being successful. My passion and curiosity to learn more about the world around me, my love of being outdoors and exploring new places, and my ability to write about my observations and data allow me to enjoy research and communicate my findings with others. Even though it can be challenging, I have a lot of fun stories and memories from my time working on ships. During my first research cruise, we had to pause our science operations due to stormy seas. Although this was a bummer, we were allowed to go up onto the bridge where the captain commands the ship and watch the waves. It was so cool to watch the ship roll like a roller coaster at sea. The next day, the ocean was as calm and smooth as glass. Although I don't study storms or the physical side of oceanography, this experience gave me a bigger appreciation for the power and strength of the ocean.